We're very proud of this museum. When we walk down the street or when we're coming in the front door or driving by with our friends, we're proud that we have such a grand, beautiful building in our town. But more than that, it's a place that we can all come and learn, look at collections, find out what's in our archives, and show pride in our county.
Our headquarters at 24 East Church Street was initially built as a private residence. It was a mansion. It was described as such by the person who built it. And it was used as a family residence into the 1880s. The last owner of the house, John Lotes, had no immediate descendants, so he decided to create an orphanage for girls. So after his death in the 1880s, the building was made into an orphanage for local girls, and it was called the Lotes Female Orphan Asylum, and then later Lotes Female Orphan Home. And from the 1880s until the mid-1950s, girls came here to live, sometimes their entire childhood, sometimes a portion of their childhoods, and received care. Early on it was also education, and then later on in the 20th century they started attending the public schools in the area. In the mid-1950s the orphanage closed, mainly due to the rise in popularity of foster care, and so the building then came up for sale. There was some question about what the building was going to be used for after that. There was some discussion about it being torn down to expand the parking lot for Winchester Hall, which is located right next door. But the Historical Society decided that they needed a larger headquarters and decided to purchase the building. How we use the building and its rooms is a little different. We aren't a house museum, so we do not reflect any particular time period of when the house was used or lived in, but we use the rooms as gallery spaces for our different collections. So what you will find here is a selection of objects that we have in our collections. One of the more popular parts of the museum are our collection of tall case clocks, what most people call grandfather clocks. And those are located on our second floor in the main central gallery there. We also have an exhibit talking about the history of the orphanage that was here. We are fortunate to have quite a number of images of the girls who used to live here, and so you get to see what they looked like and what the building looked like when it was being used for an orphanage. We also talk about the Civil War in Frederick County. What we focus on is how that conflict impacted the civilians in the county. So there's a wide range of historical topics, also objects for people to see. We have changing exhibits that change twice a year that have various topics as well. And so there's always something new to see here at the Historical Society. A lot of people think, as what they do with other museums, you've gone to see it once, you've seen it. But actually, no, we change things quite frequently.
The importance of being an accredited museum is similar to being passing the bar for a lawyer. It gives you instant credibility, but it also holds you to higher standards. We have to always be at our top of the game for management of our collections. And when they do give us collections and their time, their efforts, their volunteer, their funding, they know that we're going to properly take care of those assets, our assets, and their assets for the future generations.
I kind of think of the Historic Society as your grandmother or your grandfather and their insights as to how things came to be before you were aware of them. And I think of the the museum as sort of Grandma's attic and Grandma's house. It always was a fascination in it, for many young people that had things from the past and gave you a sense of kind of sometimes mystery about what happened in the past, and excitement, and creates a somewhat of a sense of heritage that is very important, I think, for people in Frederick County as they grow up to know where they came from on a regular basis, and that the society provides that.
In addition to the Museum of Frederick County History, located at 24 East Church Street is the Frederick County Archives and Research Center. It's in the same building, but on the lower level, and it contains our collection of research materials relating to the history of the county, our collection of photographs, which now numbers about 30,000 images, and also our collection of historical newspapers, maps, and other research sources. That is also open to the public 6 days a week. And we have both staff, volunteer, and professional staff to help people do research.
This Historic Society provides a lot of very interesting and useful services to Frederick County. They have lectures on some of the special research that's been done on Frederick County. A lot of people are unaware of that. They ought to check in with the Historical Society website or drop into the museum and see what's scheduled, because a number of very interesting discussions have been held there, and lectures by people that really know their history.
So as President of the Historical Society of Frederick County, I certainly do give a warm welcome to everybody in and outside the county to come in, find out local history, find out your history, find out where you can learn trades and crafts. Our doors are always open.
We get people coming in here saying, I've lived here my whole life and I didn't know X, Y, or Z. And so it's great to be able to share that with both locals and people who may just be visiting here for the first time. So we would love to see you here, and we are open 6 days a week, and so we hope to see you sometime in the next year.